Planet Earth. It's the only home we have, and we're literally destroying it. Over and over and over. Hundreds of times each and every day for this. The mining of gold is one of the most consistently destructive things the human race is doing to our planet every single day. And I should know, I was part of the problem. You may recognize me from my TV show Jungle Gold on Discovery Channel, where I would go into villages in Africa, buy up land, and bring in heavy equipment to mine for gold, absolutely destroying the land in the process. We would chop down all the trees and blast our way through acres of farmland, leaving it totally unusable to the villagers with contaminated soil so toxic it could never grow food again, all for the sake of a few ounces of gold. Then, one day, I was in a small village in Ghana, and I watched in horror as a local boy we'd hired literally suck raw mercury out of a burlap bag into his mouth as part of the gold separation process. And in that moment, I realized I was responsible for that. I decided right then and there, I just couldn't do it any longer. Since that day, I have been on a mission to right these wrongs. And I believe that what I'm about to share can and will reverse the impact of the mining industry globally for gold, silver, and rare earth metals. I am absolutely convinced this solution has the potential to totally transform the majority of open pit mines forever, and at the same time, give back to the disadvantaged communities where mining has done real damage. Let me share with you a surprising fact about gold mining. For every $100 worth of gold that we mined, we had to pay $80 just to get it out of the ground and turn it into something we could sell. Our profit margins were razor thin, less than 20%, and that's being generous. 80% was spent on buying land, renting heavy equipment, and hiring workers to mine for the gold. All that work and destruction for only $20 per $100 of gold. Here's another fact. The vast majority of the world's supply of gold is never even seen by the people who own it. The gold is pulled out of the darkness of the ground, traded, and immediately buried again in the darkness of a different kind of vault, barely seeing the light of day in between. It's just crazy that after all the back-breaking work and environmental impact, most of the gold is simply transferred from one dark, safe place to another. But what if there was a better way, a safer way? What if we could use modern technology, blockchain technology, to harness the power of gold, but instead of feeling like your gold was safe and secure in a vault in some bank you're never going to visit, what if instead that same gold was just as safe and secure because it was protected, buried in the ground where it belongs? It's a revolutionary concept that's already shifting the way thousands are thinking about gold, and we call it Element. Instead of physically mining for gold, Element goes into countries around the world and purchases gold mines with a commitment to locals that we will protect that land, never allowing physical mining, but instead the land is mined digitally, using a deep earth scanning barometer to verify the gold deposits without ever breaking the surface of the ground. So the gold stays safely protected, buried beneath the earth where it belongs. Element then digitizes the identified gold deposits, so the value of that gold can then be invested, spent, or otherwise leveraged digitally on the blockchain. The concept of digitizing gold has the potential to end this environmental destruction and the exploitation of both the land and its people, and also has the potential to end the corruption and hoarding of gold that has become widespread. So how does Element generate the funds to purchase these lands and keep them protected? The project is supported by community members who want to join the mission by purchasing Element's NFTs. Each NFT is unique and tied to a specific gold mine with verified gold deposits. NFTs can then be held in a digital vault or traded on an exchange. The project is also supported by community members who purchase software nodes that make the Element blockchain possible, as their computers are used to verify transactions on the blockchain, such as registering new gold mines, purchasing NFTs, and transferring ownership of those NFTs as they are traded on the blockchain, similar to how gold is traded in the physical world. These nodes also generate digital rewards from the blockchain that are then used to incentivize the behavior of landowners to ensure that they never violate the terms of the protection of their lands. Another huge part of our project is our philanthropic work that gives back to communities still affected by mining of the past and allows farmers to farm their lands rather than mine them. In the next two videos, I'll explain both the NFTs and the node software and show you how participating in our growing community can benefit you, the planet, and millions of people around the world.